Alistair Lukes. I'm the CEO of Monetize. Hi. Well, that means, at least for my day job, I'm responsible for running Monetize, which is the world's biggest mobile banking and mobile payments company.
How do you define achievement?
Cool. How do I define achievement? It's always been quite easy for me because before this I was a rugby player, so I was always part of a team of people, and so I think it's quite easy when you're part of a team to see your achievements sort of shared through other people's success as well. So my sense of achievement comes from the fact that Monetize now has 700 employees, and so all of those people have now got a job and can pay their mortgage because of an idea that I had. I think, yeah, when I talk a lot about success and what defines success, and are there commonalities or common secrets or ingredients that you can find, I think definitely endeavour and hard work is, people say, well, that's obvious, but what I call hard work is very different to what a lot of people call hard work. You know, Monetize for the last 10 years has had a team of people that have gone way above and beyond the call of duty. So I'd sort of attribute maybe 30% of the 100 to hard work. I'd then probably put 30% of it down to the technology, in our case, does it work? Does it do what it says on the tin? Does it stand up to durability and tests by big banks and stuff? So you've got to have the technology, you've got to have hard work. And then I think you've got to have a big bite-sized chunk of luck. So that's the next 30%. So there's kind of 30, 30, 30. And then people say, well, what's the 10? And that's like Worcester sauce. It's like the hidden ingredient. You need a little bit of that luck. You need a little bit of stars aligning and serendipity to go your way. So yeah, I'd say that 30% of it is all about timing. My whole life really has been all the good memories I have, all of the positive energy that's been created in my life has been through being part of a team. So whatever I go on to do next, whether it's in technology, whether it's back in the rugby sphere, whether it's just being a dad, I get such a thrill out of seeing other people grow and working alongside people and really overcoming the impossible odds. One of the lovely things about Monetize is that we don't have to write our strategy because all of the naysayers do it for us. There's so many people out there every single day saying you'll never achieve that, you'll never achieve that, so I just write them down. Every time someone says it's impossible to go and do that, you know, launch in Indonesia or to do a joint venture in India then we just go, fine, well that'll be our next thing then. So I think that brings out the best in people. If you can get commonality and a group of people that say the higher the bar, the higher we're going to jump, then yeah, that's a good way to spend your life. I think there's lots of examples around the world of CEOs and leaders and political leaders that are quite clearly focused on themselves, not on the team that they're leading. I think we see that a lot. So I refer to the difference between what I think is the old style of leadership, what you see on the movies like Wall Street, which is the wolf in a sheep's clothing, you know, the person that pretends to be your friend but actually would cut you down in a second if you weren't helping them get to where they want to go. And then there's what I call the shepherd in a sheep's clothing, which is someone that cares for their flock, absolutely loves spending time with them, and therefore doesn't really have to ask them to jump over the hill for them because they just walk in a direction and everyone follows them. So I think being part of a team is built on empathy. It's genuinely understanding what motivates the people with you to get up every morning. It'll be a different motivation to you. I think being an individual is exactly what it says in the word, which is you wake up in the morning and you say, how do I do what's best for me today? And I'm not saying that that's wrong or my way's right. I'm just saying that what I get a huge amount of positive energy and reward from is being part of a team and seeing other people happy. There's a really powerful and important phrase in the world of payments, which is the world that we're in, which is that 10% of a big number is a lot better than 100% of nothing. And that's how payment ecosystems work. The reason you can use your Bank of America card in a Lloyds TSB ATM is because all of that's been interconnected and everyone shares in the pie. So monetization is all about how do we share in a new ecosystem of revenue. We're not ashamed, we live in a capitalist society. I'm a great believer that you have to make something commercially viable before you can do any good with it. This whole idea of philanthropy first, I really struggle with. People say, look at what Gates does. Well, Gates does it because he made billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars. I love the fact he's now giving it all away. So yeah, Monetize has been going for 10 years. We're a $1 billion publicly listed company. We still make a loss. We still haven't made a profit. So our shareholders must believe that we're going in the right direction and doing the right thing. So it's not all about the money for us, but obviously I've got to make a profit one day, so we will have to monetize the idea at some stage. There's been, look, there have been plenty of dark moments in the history of Monetize and in other parts of my life, of course there have, as there is for everybody. And I think it's very important, there's a very fine line between blind faith and ongoing belief. And so I'm very lucky because I have a great team of people around me who hold my feet to the fire. And when the times get very, very tough, we do all get in a room together, we go for a glass of wine together and we say, are we ever going to make this thing happen? You know, is it really going to happen? But we've kept ourselves going. Monetize 4 years ago employed under 100 people, did revenue of 6 million. This year we're projected to do revenues of 70 and we employ 700 people. So we're going in the right direction.
What is the difference between blind faith and consistent belief?
I think that everyone's got to know when, not everyone, I think the great leadership, and you've talked about Ayn Rand's book, I don't know if you've read Jim Collins' book, From Good to Great, which is a great book. There's lots of good companies out there, but very few then have the ability, foresight, humility to change what needs to be changed to go from good to great. The risk of continuing to grow at the speed we're growing is you could be pursuing the blind faith and thinking this is an unstoppable train. I think having that sustainable belief is all about knowing when's time to ease off the pedal, slow down, consolidate, take fewer risks, and I think we've balanced that pretty well. Blind faith are people, and you've referred to a few of them before, if we go back to Web 1.0, the sort of fluff without the substance. If we think of some of the companies that raised hundreds of millions of dollars, spent all of that money flying around the world on private jets and never actually produced anything, that's blind faith, because you just think one day someone's going to come along and give you a check. If the fundamentals of the business aren't right and you can't qualify them with people, then I think you've got blind faith.